na yebetrase na freedom mind movement mpanifo abekai ho eye of apoku dankwa ana free owura Israel kroma na owura brother idiko agwechidom na dwumadi a yahase a yebuza se Isaac and Ishmael why ana Abraham adeno ko ba afode aye cheche mu bedum pempen so se kamem ke be face democracy adi eye Christo soma na se adi asum hwamo ama soma kwa kwa se ewosen eso ntumi nka no ye cheche mu na last week komodi mu no ebedum pempen so bi ko hu se sa ge ya tiate se Ghana ebe pre ka ho se benyina no efidifi ama man bi no mpanifo mpa o mo sore ye sinkete se o mo empre so e ma sa tubutu no enko so o mo man no ko wi ase course ahodo a efri ama ahodo bi so mpanifo ne wo mo wi asi ye be ka se bi tafa ke kuto mo no ko no so a o mo se o ma adwene no ye cheche ni nyina mu de kire me so ye san etwa so kakra ko pem se asem ni nyina bi hu na poma sibre because dwumadi enyima ko ebe ekidom no heba wode ye hepa plus abedaso ana fe pavi and plasmos ana Israel consulta woman so ede quantum spectacle ana fe quantum beauty spray ana fe HP tester eni nyama wodo na abedaso ebe popam ye beka ho nsem ede akyeremo afi abapamo enso ka ho se ne wo trafia no fa phone na de bi apebia no wa oda no mo de abro se nyima ko na bo ekidomo a yede Wake Up Africa dwumadi e de bram enenso bre papam ye beto mo ho ade nyina e de amawo because dwumadi e bedi no ho do adwe nche nyina be fa 0200 421723 0200 421723 me text liar obetumi no adwe nche afa so abane akenkan de amakai se di nyina no e normal SMS ya ana be sende e dia ba o de fa WhatsApp anya de se ye betumi ehunu mpodan campus ya kan e dia ma o midin ene yawo odame kodua be ma obedwafo akwaba na fe ye de dwumadi no ahihye so ofa Israel nkroma
yo
mpacho mo ahamo akwaba
je so
na prompt say
nyamene umpaibo
kwaso jojo die
good life
sisi ankramufo ne asofo no do se na aba awon so mo jai of Quran ene twere konkro no mato ho
Islam for na dodo na aba.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
Nche asofo no beba.
Aba mo.
A Christopher dem so mo ba wi ba ka mo asofo no beba no. Nche o beba be japo. Ofe awe na ma o se da ba bio e wo kuma se konkromo se. A wo se o ma ye nyina ya ha. Djuma de bia na emumodi ho ya wo. Ade. O so nya ye ya ma. Ene se ra na yo spokesperson. Ava so da nti na kan de kran ma na mba na talk am. Etinana o de beche ye na e se djuma de o si na bribia no ye no wa na ehwe ayeba konkromo ase so na enwa asase ni bi atona ye sisi da chief contractor wa nti eba bi bia kama ofa eno no last week ye sisi ni ma ase o ma ye hudwiri kakra odi wure mu a chechi ni mani sokra ma yehu eye United Nations omodan ye wure mu a konkrom bia bi ehye ho ebi senkyere ya hodo nyina bari nyina di tire kopem se ofa Israel de be wi se adibrim titri amampanifo no ye de ho so ye ne ye ho cause amampani bi ene nemra hye bidwafo timi hyemra ama just a call ama adwin timi sesandia na je se ye de ho so ye ne ye ho of that ma ba bia last week we see ye no be sai e de ato so free ho we ya we di kan e be ti ahwefo nyina hwefo da wase ya kan se obi bibia so a eni wadi nkomo no e chiao yeso yaw ofa you can be religion and politics. Okay, yes. Okay. Two of the four deadly weapons are some Ukuya and you know the control, yes. Four no politics ni religion ni education ni and economics ni. That's a question. Involve the masses. Kubia sikasem etutumi ya ebo nipa no ya tutumi ya etie nipa ewu. Yes. Education the same thing. O man entity ni ne bibia. Enti no so wa ho a. Enu na abaye weapon. Amabo nsama o di control ya. Se na so obi a so wo kokon. Unu obi kokon a. So o he nipa na ne kokon. The strength and the weaknesses. Yes. Na wa nkwa nkuto. Abasele eni bonsam na enya.
Enti no. I say it me who need strength and any weaknesses. And then you about the strength when you religion and politics.
Okay.
A mechanism to control people.
Okay. Religion and
politics.
Okay.
And the soft only politician. And you are going on
and then you are empty.
And you are going on of the control.
Okay.
Now, so now, your bed done may be ready.
That's it.
Now, your bed. Jordan Maxwell, renowned researcher.
Okay.
Or granting interview on the same topic, religion and politics.
Yeah.
Now, in some few answers or demand, and a dear baby, in someone, yeah, baby free near the account.
Okay.
If you say, Ghana, what dinner I can, and I will do now. Politicians in it are so free, the same people around. Oh, them play. It's a mamre politician. Oh, it's a mamre anyway. I saw for a crown. There's also a mamre no need. But no one I made by interview no and you bet you to win the mouth. There are much on religion and politics. Mama K. Hi. Eddie Baby. Okay. Now can be enough. You are people see.
Okay. To acquire questions and answers. Right.
I'm doing the first question.
Yes. Okay. First question. I'll say. So in our society, you are saying that this separation of church and state exists on a more broad or general level, but that behind the scenes there may not be quite so much of a separation there. And only as soon as we say, I'm Jordan Maxwell, GM, William John Dramani, where Jordan Maxwell, GM. Was it absolutely? There virtually is no separation of church and state because, for instance, you cannot get married unless you get a marriage license. You can get married before God as long as you have a license from the state. You cannot start a church without first getting government documents, licenses, permits. In the West, generally speaking, the political institutions were funded by the same political establishment that funded religious movement. So religion and politics are in fact one and the same thing. Yes. Second question. But the main thrust of your work seems to involve religion more than politics. Why? Anna Jordan said, I prefer to focus more on religion, but politics is equally important. Let's look at the big picture. What I'm working to accomplish is to make people aware that man-made institutions, government, and religions are nothing more than a way to control you. Okay. To control how you think, to control where you go, how you view things, and what you believe. Man-made churches and government were meant to control you. So you have a responsibility not only to your own spiritual self, that is to educate yourself spiritually and take back your life from the hands of your masters, but you also have a responsibility to your Creator, the divine entity who created you and gave you life, gave all creation freedom. Throughout nature, the birds and animals have total freedom. There is a freedom throughout the universe. The only place where we have a lack of freedom is in the human realm. Nice and walk around for you. We are the ones who are in prison, and 90% of it is our own fault. We have allowed other people, our churches, our government, our institutions to do our thinking for us. I'm saying that we are moving into a new time, whether we like it or not, where the people all over the earth are going to have to break free from the institutions and realize that we are all creations of God and we all have freedoms. We should have the same freedoms that all other creations have, until such time that we get off off our knees and stand on our feet and think of ourselves, we will not have the freedom that we were born to have. Of our last question. Was it so? You pick out Christianity quite often as a focal point for this needed change. In what areas do you feel that Christianity is lacking? And I GM say, Babu Chonya John Raman Mahamo, John Maxwell say, lacking or not, the age of Christianity is on its way out. Christianity in the last 1600s, and that's 1600 years since being formalized, has been symbolized by the two fishes of Pisces. In astrology, you'll find that each governing power was originally called the Lord over the constellation it represented. Jesus, the Lord, was made represent the two fishes, but we are now entering into another time called the age of Aquarius. In the book of Luke chapter 22 verse 10, where the 12 apostles, or the 12 signs of the zodiac, are asking God's Son, that is S-U-N, the light of the world, where he will go after he leaves the constellation of Pisces, the two fishes. God's Son, that is S-U-N, says, you will go into the city and will see a man with a water pitcher, and go into the house of the man with the water pitcher. That is the house of Aquarius. There is an encoded message in the New Testament. Almost all of it was written in an allegorical sense. That is why Jesus said, many will look with their eyes but not see, and they will listen with their ears but not hear. Many have read the Bible and listened to sermons in churches for thousands of years. They have looked with their eyes but did not see, and they have listened to sermons with their eyes but did not hear.
And there are someone, and I say questions are Jordan Maxwell. Wokwa so ya sofo na emo hu
yes
ekwan a ono free so ofa so abehu oba ono ahyetu ana aba dada asitre mu so a politician no say oh atumi hu asi wo atu hu acha aduma me ba be fa ma o man na koso e bibi ayi me mo me de me hwa a uhia adewe bi na ono free so uhia jaman bia the politician some na kan man na be kan say here ja na ja no nso be kan no na kan de no no na be kan to de so here o ma be bisa say dey na wo dabi nka sisa na tie dia nka de kro bia ni pa ka so pre no say e kwan da ho a e no be ya man e no kre na so so na sa na tie ntino oni control ntino no be full say we here without being consulted.
In the same time, say among these political parties, we need developmental communicators. So, man, because then can say answer development. We don't phone kobo. No more can you hear me? No abe. Those who don't want to tell us show come. Now this is food. Yes. I don't know more development. Yes. In the other baby bar. Omo di omo no free say di mama and di mama consultation there ya no mo okay so when na koswa amamba 203 so be kaya e ho na Anglican church e be kan say womanya osofu prumbia oba be head US Anglican church
yes
so no wa give ho atum so again e ko fan send bibri e bai we go sa na ya we bet me hu say ono sie o dey e be ko bai na ye nyama ho dey me pesa me kan say senka religion and politics one na dan ba ku mu a nka ba really to me say obeka say Anglican for dey na mo ye no ade we dey yempe na dey na pesa me ba but no ade na e friend say constitution no a oni chindra so a odi bu o man constitution ko na ka say freedom of religion yes so I don't know na ko tumi ka say baby me pray ma wo ye dey wo ye Ghana hakwa eba
asɛm bi ba wo ka sɛ group no bi na asɔfoɔ bi no mu ka sɛ expose false prophets eyi asɛ ɔmo nyinaa ka sɛ ɛma aban bɛm no ɔmo ade regulations ɔmo abɛte committee ɔmo ayɛ because ɛsɛ sɛ aban bɛm mu because aban no nso Ghana ha constitution ni kyerɛ sɛ freedom of religion tuyɛ dɛ na akɔka sɛ wɔn mu yɛ nti no wɔ tumi ade kɔ akɔyɛ nti yaw wɔka sɛ weapon religion ni politics ɛyɛ weapon na krana difference bɛyɛ na wɔn mu sisi ɛna tɔ dan so a
ɔfa press before so ayi bi ana mɛtɛ di saa ɛna woman yɛ si ɛmɔ so
ɛnti no yaw deɛ wɔn mu ni sɛ nti saa ɛmɛ no ebi nsɛm sei a na asɔrefoɔ deɛ ɔmo ano abɛtu ɛna tie nyame mmra na yɛbɛka no bebree ɛdɛ ne si so bia sɛ nyankopɔn ka wɔ baabiara sɛ ne spokespersons no ɔmo yɛ religious people ɔnka wɔ baabiara da ɛfiri sɛ ɔne obiara nni apam a wakɔ a ɔno asɛm bi bɛda hɔ a ɔpɛ obi amena ka ama no a ana asɔfoɔ ɛna mo sɔre aka ɔne mu ni biribiara apam a ɔne asase sofoɔ bi wɔ no ɛne the children of Israel ɔne wɔn kɔ apam enum ɛka sɛ mo na mayi mu sɛ mo bɛyɛ kanea ama wiase enti no mu nia no yɛade nti ameka saa no sɛ ɛna no papers na ekura no asɔfoɔ ɛne wɔn kɛka ho nyinaa no ɛna aba Ghana ha yɛne mpere so adɛ na mother churches no deɛ wɔn agye atum ɛbaa ne sɛn
ɔmo nso na hyehyɛ mmara na mo so wɔ ha
ɔmo na bi tete
ɔmo fɛ sɛ liturgy sɛdeɛ no sɛ firi hɔ na ɛba
nti ɛna no wobɛkeka headlines no keke ɛna ama me mahyehyɛ na akɔ din
mahu bra wɔ ha ne sɛ masɔ siriam no Uganda
so enti no deɛ di ka no
wɔse US Anglican Church approves gay bishop
date
Daily Graphic 5th August 2003 okay wey 5th August 2003 na Ghanaian Times wɔse church ignores criticisms confirms gay bishop
wɔn sɛ nkɔfoɔ yɛmpe anyɛ ɛna sɛ they ignore all munyano
deɛ mo ka nyina
nto aso mu Ghana nti ba ɛnyɛ the same thing yɛmpene yɛnkyɛ na de ɛso de wi ase
na dam
abedem to aso
wɔse gay 9th March 2004 graphic wɔse gay bishop takes up post
deɛ ka yɛ nyinaa kyi yɛmpene ɔnyɛ no kura ne nso nyamea mi nyinaa afei de yɛapene so ama no
yes we also saw a Daily Graphic Tuesday August 25th 2015 was it don't sack gays from churches Anglican bishop will be bishop Atabafo the issue yes
international level no yabiatum Ghana yampre anya etia obo ademra ezo yi asia no
Bishop of Anglican Diocese Cape Coastal, Right Reverend Victor Reginald Atabafo, and I say Christians and Ghanaians in general should not cast out known gays from the church. Baba Bono say who achiwa dear bomb message na konkon bia wa my doken canon tiasi ntiem pamo ma so for our sevo we public agenda 11th August 2008 Archbishop of Canterbury claims that active homosexual relationships are comparable to marriage in God's eyes. Hey,
what?
But the sabu is some.
Maybe I could be come once. I mean the headlines no dey hear me. One. Jira wa sinu. E ma mi nu ware, e ma mi nu ware a. E ti say oba ni be ma ware. The Anglican Archbishop.
Okay.
The same thing.
Friday, August 8, 2008, Ghanaian Times, page 6. I say Archbishop says gay relationships okay. Reporter and also the buyer and then Spectator Saturday October 15, 2011 Presby Church ordains first gay bishop.
Presby Church
and then Presby Ghana US wing parts ways. ɛne a new crusading guide 20th March 2015
also maame waka ne de me no nya adwen ɛno nti no saa kwan na me mfa me kwan
akwara besi da atua afiri maame nsɛm nyom na hwɛ ɔmo no mi bibi wakiri na de bi ka ba fi we daily graphic 19th August 2015 Presby Church